Imagine you've just landed in China after a long international flight. You're tired, you need directions to your hotel, and the first thing you do is pull out your phone. You open Google Maps. Nothing. You check Gmail. Nothing. You try WhatsApp to let your family know you've arrived safely. Still nothing. Within less than a minute, you realize your phone has become almost useless for the apps you use every day. Unfortunately, thousands of foreigners experience this every year. The good news? It's completely avoidable if you prepare before your flight. Hi everyone, I'm Joe, and welcome back to the Middle Kingdom Code, where I help foreigners confidently prepare for life in China. In today's video, I'll show you which VPNs are still working in China in 2026, which ones have become unreliable, the biggest mistake people make before arriving, and an alternative that many travelers don't even know exists. Let's get started. Part 1. Why this happens. Before we talk about VPNs, it's important to understand what's happening. China operates one of the world's most sophisticated internet filtering systems, commonly known as the Great Firewall. As a result, many websites and apps that people use every day outside China are inaccessible on a standard mainland internet connection. That includes services like Google Search, Gmail, Google Maps, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, X, formerly Twitter, Telegram. If you've never been to China before, this can be a real shock. But here's the important thing. Daily life inside China works perfectly. You just use different apps. Instead of WhatsApp, most people use WeChat. Instead of Uber, people use Didi. Instead of Google Maps, many rely on Chinese mapping apps. The challenge is that as a foreigner, you often still need access to Google, Gmail, YouTube, or other international services. That's where preparation becomes essential. Part 2. The biggest mistake. If you remember only one thing from this entire video, let it be this: install your VPN before you fly. I can't emphasize this enough. Once you're already in mainland China, downloading a VPN can become much more difficult because many VPN websites are blocked, and app availability can change. I've seen countless travelers arrive, realize they can't access the services they need, and then discover they can't easily download the tools that would solve the problem. Don't let that happen to you. My recommendation is simple: install everything while you're still at home. Log in, test it, make sure it works, and always have a backup. Never rely on just one VPN. Part 3. Which VPNs are most reliable? Now let's answer the question everyone came here for. Which VPNs actually work in China in 2026? The most honest answer is this: no VPN works perfectly 100% of the time. China's internet restrictions continue to evolve, and performance can vary depending on your location, internet provider, and periods of increased restrictions. That said, some services have consistently performed better than others. Astrill VPN. If reliability is your highest priority, Astrill remains one of the strongest options. It's especially popular among long-term expats and professionals living in China because it has spent years adapting to China's changing internet environment. Its proprietary connection methods are designed to make VPN traffic harder to detect than standard VPN protocols. The downside is price. Astrill is one of the more expensive options available, and it doesn't offer the same refund policies as many competitors. But if you're moving to China for months or years, many users consider the extra cost worthwhile. ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN has been one of the most recognized VPN brands for years. While some users still report good experiences, others have found performance to be less consistent in mainland China than it once was. If you choose ExpressVPN, make sure you install and test it before you travel, and always have a backup option available. NordVPN. NordVPN offers obfuscated servers designed to disguise VPN traffic. Many users continue to access blocked services successfully using these servers, although, like most providers, reliability can vary depending on the circumstances. Again, redundancy is key. Never depend on a single service. Surfshark. If you're looking for a more affordable option, Surfshark is worth considering. Features like No Borders mode are specifically intended to improve connectivity in restrictive network environments. It's also attractive for families because one subscription supports unlimited devices. Just remember that budget-friendly doesn't necessarily mean trouble-free. A quick reality check. You'll probably find online articles claiming that one VPN is the best. Take those rankings with a grain of salt. The situation changes frequently. What's working exceptionally well today could become less reliable in the future. That's why I always recommend having at least 2 options available. Part 4. The eSIM alternative. Here's something many first-time visitors don't know. Some international eSIM providers route your mobile data through networks outside mainland China. That means you may be able to access services like Google or WhatsApp without installing a traditional VPN for that mobile connection. It's important to understand that this is not the same as using a VPN, and it may not provide the same privacy protections. But for tourists or short-term visitors, it can be an extremely convenient option. If you're only staying for a week or two, an international eSIM may be all you need while you're using your phone. Part 5. Should you use a free VPN? People ask me this all the time. My answer is simple. I wouldn't rely on one. Free VPNs often have fewer resources, fewer servers, and limited ability to adapt when restrictions change. More importantly, you're trusting them with your internet traffic. For something as important as staying connected in another country, I think it's worth investing in a reputable provider. Part 6. Is using a VPN legal? This is another question I receive frequently. China regulates international internet connections, and unauthorized VPN services operate in a legal gray area. Rules are primarily directed at providers and commercial use, and enforcement priorities can change over time. Many foreign residents and visitors use VPNs, but everyone should understand that regulations exist and make their own informed decisions. The safest approach is to stay informed, comply with local laws, and prepare your connectivity options before arriving. Conclusion, let's quickly recap. If you're planning to come to China, install your VPN before your flight. Have at least 2 VPN options ready. Consider using an international eSIM for mobile data. Don't expect every VPN to work perfectly all the time. And always prepare before you arrive. Moving to China, or even visiting for the first time, is exciting. The more prepared you are before you land, the smoother your experience will be. And that's exactly why I created this channel. I came to China more than 7 years ago without knowing what to expect. Over the years, I've learned a lot through experience, trial and error, and adapting to life here. My goal is to help you arrive better prepared than I was. So if you're planning to travel, study, work, or build a new life in China, consider subscribing to the Middle Kingdom Code. Every week, I share practical, experience-based guides designed to help you avoid mistakes, save time, and navigate China with confidence. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.